Hi everyone, my name is Hasham Niaz. I'm your presenter here for this lightning talk. Here is my brief introduction. I've been on Power BI 2019 Emerald and Ruby Awards. I have been MI trainer and then I'm certified Microsoft trainer. I've been working in the BI industry for the past 15 years. So quickly look into what we are going to do in today's 10 minutes. So obviously 9 minutes. So we will have three different exercises: how to add dynamic images, how to add the color highlight rule, and then how to add dynamic measure. So I will just do it like this. So you will have in first exercise you will have something like this, then we turn it like this, and then in the final we will turn the chart like this on the right. Okay, the third one. So let's move to the PowerPoint slide. So I have this chart available right now, and I can go to the focus mode here. And you can see this is nothing fancy. I'm just placing the product line against the orders and number of sales. So this does look cool, but how do we make it more beautify? So to do that, I have created, if I want to add images or I want to add some color highlight rule, which I showed you in my PPT slide, these color highlight rules and how these color highlight rules are interrelated. So let's say I have this chart and I have these three cities sales. So these color highlight rules actually identifies that in this particular product line, what is the category which is dominating in the sales. So how you can do it? You can do it by simply creating a measure. So I have created one measure called dominance, and I have written this statement called dominance like for each city I have a sales measure and then I'm comparing this measure. So this will give me 1, 2 or 3 depending on which city is winning. So if you have multiple cities, you can actually make the switch case statements based on that. Okay, let me look at the chat. Someone is into the chat. Okay, uh, going back. So this one. So once you do that, what I did, I place my measure, this dominance measure here, into my field, and I just put this as a dot, so this does not come along. And then when I go to the conditional formatting, I add the conditional formatting rule for this dot measure, which I make the background and the font color same. So these are the rules I have added. So my rule is based on city dominance. So this is a sales city dominance measure which I have created earlier. So this is based on like if this is one, then this color second, third, and if you can go back and you can see these colors are interactive as well. So this like I can see which color is highlighting which city. So I can see this one. So this is part one of the exercise. If you want, we can do it right now here. So how you do it simply. So let's copy paste this measure and this chart into a new. So here I can see the sales and I can see all the sales in the descending order. So if I want to add this, so I will just quickly go here and add this measure. So I have added this measure now. You can see this measure is here. So this is taking too much space. So I just quickly do it as a dot. So this comes fit into the line. Okay, once I do that, I go to the conditional formatting and then I turn on the background and the font color. So make sure you have this into the rules. So you select the measure and then you define the rule here. So you can quickly define rules like I have currently 4, but if you have more values, more cities, so you can define this for product categories as well. So if you want to check like which product category is dominating, or you can say which payment method is dominating. So you can define those rules based on your measures, right? So I have this background color. So make sure you turn this to a number because the percentage won't work. So you see, but now I have still seeing the number. So you need to turn on this font color same as well. So you need to define the same color. So you can do this for values, and if you want, you can do for values and total values as well. Currently, I'm doing it for values. So this is how you do it. Any question on this first trick? Because previously you might see a lot of people doing color highlighting based on the conditional formatting, but this is like a more slick way. You can do it, make it beautified. Just don't highlight all the color values, clutter all the values here, because if you do the conditional formatting on any of those columns, then this will become highlighted and the value might become unreadable. But here I can see this value. So I can relate these to my colors here, which I put this into a chart. So this is nothing but the pie chart here, which I have placed. So I can see, okay, this is related. So this is my first trick. Now, if I want to add the images to this one. So how do I add images to this one? So I have a very good, simple text. What you can do is I have created a new column and I will write this column as product image. So what I'm doing, I'm going through the Bing search engine and I put this hard-coded URL and then I embed the field. So if I want to search product line, so I call this, I embed this with my product line. So what happened, like, okay, let's see what will happen now. So if I place this here into my chart, so I have created one more thing. Once you created this new column, always categorize this as an image URL. So Power BI can recognize this as an image URL and render this as an image. So what I do now, I put this product image here right next to it, and then I try to expand it, and you will see, right? And you might see that there are some kind of uh, gaps. So what I will do, simply I will go here and into my conditional formatting, I turn off the data bars here for my sales column. So you can check, this is my sales column. I can turn off this data bar. So now this is more good, and then I can turn off the icons as well. Okay, so this is, we are done with our trick number 2. So how do you like, so all the dynamic images. So here in the second example, you can see that I have added images for product lines. I have added images for payment methods as well. So I don't need to hard code those values or define those values manually. I'm just writing a simple DAX expression, which actually brings all the images from the Bing, whatever the image available. It will bring the first image. So if somebody puts their name, so if you are working with some competition running around where there are different players, so you want to provide the player features. So you can just put this URL and then they will bring their pictures from the URL. So now moving to the final trick. Okay, so final trick is this one on this page. So I have a KPI dimension here. You might see this is a KPI dimension, and I am actually rendering this onto the matrix. So this is my matrix table. So you can see the KPI name, and if I select the KPI, so this is providing me sales month over month, year over year increase. This will provide me the orders in this particular year. So this can be changed as well. So if I want to see orders in any particular year, so I can see the orders in this particular year and then these months. And if I want to see the sales, so I can see the sales here as well. So how you do it? So you create you create a dimension. First, you create a dimension table here. And I provided this with the values. You can provide any values, you can use any view or table. So I have populated this with 5 KPI values. No problem. So you guys able to see the model diagram here? So yes. This KPI table with the sales, they are non-related tables. So what I can do, I created a measure here with the simple switch statement. And if somebody needs, so what this is checking whatever the KPI value is selected. So put this measure into. So this is show sales measure. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear this one. And if the final trick to this is like this is single select, but this can work with the multi-select as well. So if I turn the single selection off and I do it like this, so I can have multiple KPIs listed at the same time, right? So you can see I can see all those KPIs. And if I want the year over year comparison, I can see the year over year comparison as well, right? So that's it for the 10 minutes. If you want to learn how this, so I will be presenting at a South Florida Power BI user group, this how to you can enable this one. And hopefully you guys can see all the tricks there. Thank you.